Origins mod is a beloved mod by thousands of Minecraft players, but us vanilla players often wonder, is it possible in vanilla? No, but we can get very close to it. Hi, I'm Toppy, and today's lesson is on making a modded server in vanilla. Last year, I had this idea to create a Minecraft server with a ton of friends, some of which turned enemies. Now, this server was fantastic. Everyone got to build how they wanted, and no one mocked anyone's builds, for the most part. It was called Topstay, and I loved it. I loved it so much, I gave it a story in 3 seasons. The third season was called Topstay 3 Loop of Leaves. From the start, I knew it would be the last, so I wanted to give it a unique gimmick. So I created sides. You could pick a spirit and a subclass. For example, I picked Sea Pacifism. I could breathe underwater and have infinite dolphin's grace, but I couldn't deal damage to anything. The gimmicks on this server were subpar at most. I was limited to the in-game status effects, so I couldn't really do all that much without mods. I was distraught until I learned about the attribute command. The server was nearly at its end though, so I unfortunately could not use it. Until about 5 months later, I began testing what I could do with the help of attribute, status effects, and command blocks. I was able to create a test gimmick. A creature of fire, survives in fire, but takes damage in water. I had called it Ember. I decided to show the lads at Idiotic Minds, and two of them decided to join my world. Hasflat had the idea of lightning, and Bread had the idea of wind. Bread's was simple, infinite wind charges through a command block, and using the attribute command to increase his step height and jump height, as well as to decrease his max health for his downside. Hasflat's was more difficult. I could use attributes to give him an extra movement speed and increase fall damage, but a lightning gimmick needs to be able to smite things. Unfortunately, there simply wasn't a way, or it seemed. I started scrolling through every command when I saw one often used in data packs, /scoreboard. I could use this to create a counter. Every time Haslet swings his sword, lightning strikes himself. But to avoid some unfortunate deaths, he also gains resistance and fire resistance for the second lightning strikes, making sure he can't kill himself accidentally. Going back to that test gimmick from earlier, Ember, the downside was too heavy for the upside, so Bread said, why not give it an enchanted blaze rod and permanent fire aspect on all weapons? Yeah, fair enough. A few days later, I came up with a new gimmick idea, teleportation. Here's a recording I took when I first found out you could do this so easily. Anyway, I'll put all the commands used in the description if you want to do this yourself. You will need a chunk loader so the blocks don't break themselves, though. Also, there's a few gimmicks in there that weren't mentioned in this because I just didn't feel like it was worth doing, but they'll all be explained in the description.